Hello, home bosses. Lately, I've been getting the most amazing emails. People in their 60s, 70s, even in their 80s telling me they've just started their online business. And it honestly lit a fire in me because it reminded me of something I think we all need to hear. It's never too late to start. Now, this video isn't just for people in their 60s or 70s, it's for anyone who feels like they're behind. Maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, and you're only just discovering the world of self-publishing or online business. And maybe you're starting later than others, and that little voice in your head says, you should have done this years ago. I know I do sometimes. But if that's you too, keep watching because I want to show you that you're not behind. You're right on time. I started my self-publishing journey in my 50s and I'm now 61. And while it wasn't always smooth sailing, I never once thought I couldn't do it. I just needed to figure out how. And that's always been my mindset. I love learning new things. I've done it all in my life. So when I came across Kindle Direct Publishing, I simply got curious. I Googled everything, how to upload a book, what is Bleed, how to use Canva. You name it, I searched it. And Google was my best friend in those early days. And even now, it's even easier. Tools like ChatGPT can walk you through anything step by step, and you don't need to know everything. You just need to be willing to ask. And I still remember the first time I tried to upload a file to KDP. I thought I'd done everything right, but it got rejected. And I had no idea why. It turns out I hadn't accounted for bleed and margins. And at that point, I didn't even know what bleed was. But instead of giving up, I opened up another tab, Googled it, watched a quick video, adjusted my Canva file and tried again. And that's how you learn, not by knowing all the answers, but by being willing to go and find them. And recently I received so many emails from viewers saying things like, I've just turned 72 and I finally published my first puzzle book. Or another one said, I'm 68 and I just started learning Canva for my first children's book. And a lovely lady in her 80s told me she's using AI tools to help her brainstorm book titles. So these are real people doing real things later in life. And it's so inspiring. And it's also proof that the only deadline is the one we set for ourselves. It's easy to think we've missed the boat, that we should have started 20 years ago. But what if now is actually the perfect time? And I think that starting later in life can actually be an advantage. Because when you start later in life, you bring something incredibly valuable to the table. Wisdom, patience, life experience, and believe me, those things really matter. You also have something else. Courage. It takes guts to start something new when the world feels like it's racing ahead. But I see you and I want to tell you, you're doing something amazing. You're learning new tech. You're stepping out of your comfort zone and building something that's yours. Whether it's a coloring book, a journal, a children's story, a printables shop, a YouTube channel, whatever it is, it's not about being the best. It's about doing something meaningful. And let's talk about the doubts that come in. I know some of you might still be thinking, I'm not good with technology. I used to think that. What if no one buys my book? I missed my chance. If you have those doubts, let's reframe those into something more positive. So if you're thinking, I'm not good with tech, you don't have to be. You just need to be willing to click one button at a time and look things up when you get stuck. And if you're thinking, I've missed the boat, no, you haven't. You're just stepping onto your boat now. And if you're thinking, I'm too old to compete, I'm telling you, you're not here to compete. You're here to create your own path. You're not competing with anyone. You're just doing your own thing. And all those fears, they're normal, but none of them are permanent. They're just thoughts, and thoughts can change. And if you're ready to start, here's what I recommend. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, I want to do this, But where do I even begin? Here are 4 things to help you start today. Number 1 is start with what you already know or love. You don't need a brand new idea. Maybe you love gardening or puzzles or journaling or storytelling. Use that as your foundation. And number 2 is pick a platform, Amazon KDP, Etsy, or even YouTube. Choose one and focus on learning all about it first. And number 3 is follow one tutorial and apply it. Don't get stuck in research mode. I know that can easily happen. I'm sometimes researching so much that I'm not even getting started, and I've noticed that. So I will now watch just one video and take one step and test it out. And that's how progress happens. And number 4 is keep a notebook or folder of what you learn. I still do this. I write down little aha moments before I forget them. And I write down tools that I find helpful or things that I want to try later. And you are proof it's not too late. I want to take a moment to celebrate everyone in this community who has started something later in life. And I know there's a lot of you because I'm getting your emails, and don't think you're the only one that is starting later in life. There have been lots, especially this week for some reason. I don't know why, but there are lots of you out there, and that's what inspired me to make this video. So whether you've published 1 book or 10, opened your first shop, or you're just thinking about it, you are proof that it's never too late to begin. So now over to you. Let me ask you something. What would you start today if you weren't worried about being too late? What is one thing you've always wanted to try but felt like you've missed your chance? Drop it in the comments, and whether you're 35, 55 or 85, it doesn't matter. Your timing is your own, and there is no expiration date on creativity. And if you've already started your business or book journey later in life, I'd love to celebrate that with you too. Share your story. It might be the exact thing that someone else needs to hear. I'd really love to read this in my comments. So thank you for spending this time with me today. If this video encouraged you, give it a like so more people can hear this message. And if you'd like more videos like this about self-publishing, online business, and encouragement at any age, subscribe and join our community. Remember, it's never too late to learn, to grow, and to create, or to begin again. You're not behind, you're right on time. So see you in my next video. Bye-bye.